Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video by Arc, and today what we're going to be doing is building an electric bike from a regular bike frame. As you can see right there, I have an old mountain bike that I'm repainting some parts on, and we're going to be putting an electric rear wheel hub motor on this, along with a lithium battery built by combining a bunch of 18650 cells. So let's just do a quick rundown of some of the parts we got here. Firstly, the most major part right here is the rear wheel hub motor. So most of the kits are front wheel hub motors that you'll see on bikes. This is a rear wheel, and it's got a sprocket that comes with it that's going to go on there so that the gear shifters on the bike will still work. We've also got here a motor controller that came with the rear wheel hub motor. This is a 48 volt system. I think it's a 48 volt 1000 watt motor in the wheel. We also got just some 12 gauge wire here, some bike tubes. This is a speed sensor for the pedal assist. Just got a regular little on off switch there. This is the battery management system for the lithium battery that I will be building. That's going to be another video though, because I do not have the 18650 cells here yet, but this basically balances all the cells so you don't explode. And here is the bike. It's a regular just Schwinn mountain bike. It's nothing new. It's an old bike I had. I've actually gone and repainted the front forks. I repainted the front wheel, and I've already gone and installed all of the throttle, shifters, screen, and all that. And I've taken a video of all that, so let's just jump right into the time lapse. Okay, so now that everything is painted and installed on the bike so far, I'm going to need a way to contain the battery and motor controller and everything, and I want to mount it in this triangle area right here inside the bike. I want it all to be in the one box, and I'm going to paint it to match the bike, but I want it to all fit in between the pedals here, so it's got to be fairly narrow so the pedals do not come up and hit it. And what I've done is I've taken, walk over here, some of this is like for putting over a 4x4 fence post here. So it's 4 inches by 4 inches, and I've taken and cut it down the middle here, and then so I have two kind of U-channel pieces, and I'll have a video of that, cutting those up. And then I'm taking those U-channels, I'm going to attach them together. Hold on one second. And kind of, you know, obviously this is very rough, you know, just sticking it up here for now. But they're going to be riveted in the corners. Obviously I'm going to cut those to match the angles. I'm going to rivet the corners of them and put another one on top, so we'll have a triangle shape. but it'll be open in the middle, so I'm going to then cut an aluminum plate the size of that triangle, so it will have two sides, and then it'll be an enclosed box for the battery. As you can see, motor controller fits in here with no problem. Motor controller, battery, and everything, switch, fuse, all that is going to go inside of that box. And here again is just a quick look at what the painted handlebars with the throttle. I went with a thumb throttle on here because I have the shifters that are twist shifters up here, so that the throttle that came with it was a kind of like a motorcycle style throttle twisted on the handlebar, and that wasn't going to work with these shifters on here because these twist. So I went ahead and got a thumb throttle, put that on here, and I think that will work fine. Other than that, I had to get still rubber covers, little boots for these, because the old ones are all dry rotted. This is just what I just painted on the front fork here. And then the front wheel right here painted. I'm waiting on a tube and tire for that, as well as the back wheel here. That is getting in tomorrow, so I'll be able to install those tomorrow. So yeah, I guess I'll start building the rest of this box. So I've been working on cutting this box out a little bit more, and this is where I am right now. So I've cut these two pieces, cut the corners to match up there, and I've used, see these two screw holes there and there are usually where you would mount something like a water bottle holder or something. So I did not have to drill any more holes in the bike. I just drilled these two holes in the plastic and bolted it on. And as you can see on the other side here, I had to cut away the bottom to make clearance for this sprocket here and the shifter here, so it can move without hitting anything. I might end up filling the inside of this, riveting some plastic in there to cover it, or I might just leave it open so if water gets in the box and could drain. I have not decided yet, but now the next piece to do on this is the top piece that's going to connect across here. I'm going to do it the same way as we did down here in this corner. So on to that. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut all three pieces and just kind of stuck them all in there just to see what it would look like. This front piece is going to stay open, kind of as like an air intake, just to kind of cool the battery and the motor controller and stuff in there. Might put a fan in there at some point, pull air in, I don't know yet. So the next step I'm going to do is put a couple rivets in all these corners on both sides. And then I can pull it out in one piece and do any final trimmings or anything I want to do after that point. Alright, so I've gone ahead and riveted everything up. I took the front wheel down and taped it, and it looks pretty good. The black spokes in there. I just stuck the controller in there just to see how it fit. I think there's going to be plenty of room in here for battery to go in there and everything else. So yeah, it's getting kind of late. I'm going to stop. I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright everyone, so we're back here today. Nice sunny day out, as you can see. And I'm going to get started on making the aluminum side for this side. This side's going to be fixed onto the box, and then everything will be mounted in access to the other side, which will be able to be taken off. I've gone ahead and found this is just an aluminum sheet here that I'm going to cut the pieces out of for that box. Also, some mail came in, some more parts. So we have a 30 amp resettable breaker that's going to be the first thing that the battery plugs into as a safety. And the reason I went with a 30 amp is because the motor draws somewhere in the range of 20 to 25 amps, so I figured 30 would be good on that. We also have a 48 volt relay. Once again, this is a 48 volt system. And this is going to be hooked to the little key here, so we can turn it on and off, and then the relay will handle the load, not the key, because obviously this key is way too small to handle 20 amps. And we also have, we did not get the 18650 battery cells, but these are the battery holders for the 18650s to arrange them in a battery pack that will fit in the bike. So yeah, I'm going to get started on this aluminum panel. Alright, so as you guys can see, I've already cut the aluminum piece, fitted it to the bike, and then I drilled a whole bunch of holes. Not all these are bolted in yet, and the ones that are just with regular nuts, because I'm eventually going to put lock nuts on them. But this is just to see kind of what it looks like. I stuck it up in the bike. I think it fits in there pretty nicely. Obviously this is all going to be painted eventually to match the bike. I actually got this blue paint here. That's a really close match to what's on the bike. So I think this is going to end up looking really clean on here. Now I just got to do the other side. Now the other side is going to be removable to work inside of this box here. And I am going to cut open this a little bit more just to get some more room to work inside the box. But as you can see, there's a good bit of space up in this box still. So yep, next up is to cut open the other side and then cut the aluminum plate for the other side. When the fear takes it over. Alright, so now if you see, if you walk around to the other side, I've now cut the opening here larger, and I've actually gone ahead and mounted the controller. I've decided to put it in the top there because it doesn't interfere with any of the mounting bolts. And it's really out of the way up there. You got lots of room for a lot of other stuff. So the next thing I'm going to mount will be this 30 amp fuse, this relay here, and the keys. And then once I start doing that, I can start wiring that all inside the box, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we're back, and as you can see, I've got the fuse installed right there and the key right next to it. So that's just kind of a little safety thing. Alright, if you see from the back side, see how they're installed way up in there. I've also got it installed. This is the relay, the 48 volt relay. It's got one screw holding it on right there. We've gone and installed that, so now we got the controller, the switch, the fuse, and the relay in here. And so I guess my next step is to start working on this panel to cover this side. So I'm going to start figuring out how I'm going to make that, make it removable off the bike. When the fear takes it over, I got you. Life is on the line. As you can see, I've got the other side cut and on the box, so now this has both sides on it. Instead of bolting this on, because you have to be able to access this to maybe services in the future, I've used these just regular self-tapping screws. They fit into the plastic a lot better than I thought they would, so I think I'm just going to leave them be. There's a whole bunch of those going around. And when I put this together and paint it and everything, I'm going to silicone this side on so water doesn't get in. I'm going to have to put some sort of seal inside of this side that can be removed, because obviously it's going to be taken off to service anything. So box is looking pretty good right now. I also went ahead and remove the back tire and wheel, and installed the sprocket on the new wheel with the motor. I went and changed, I'll show you. There's a little piece in there with like two little catches on it or whatever. That's what allows it to ratchet. And this is the one that was in there. It was really loud. I don't know if you know, like when you're riding your bike and you release the pedals and you just hear that really loud clicking. I replaced it with one that is almost silent. It still works the same. It still locks in one direction, but it's very quiet when it spins. So if you're sitting there riding with just the motor and not pedaling, it won't be extremely loud because this is just going to be free spooling. So I went ahead and did that. And the next thing I'm going to do is install, this is a little magnetic sensor, and it goes right here behind the pedal, something like that, but on that shaft there, and it tells the little controller, because it has a pedal assist, so it tells it how fast you're pedaling so it can assist. So it's like a it responds to how fast you pedal if you're in that mode type of thing. So I'm going to work on getting that pedal off of there. Alright, so we've got the pedals now painted and installed on both sides, as you can see here. We've got the speed sensor installed right there, so it's got those little magnets that pass by it there, tell it what to do here. I've stuck the box back on just to see how it looks. Fits pretty good. Got the key in there and the fuse. We now have the other side on there. Just got a couple of screws stuck in it just for now. And the bike's coming along pretty good. We also just got a delivery in the mail of 2 new 26-inch tires. So that means that you can now use these 2 tubes here and these 2 tires and get that wheel and that wheel on the bike. But I'm gonna have to save that for the next video because it's getting kind of long. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Stay tuned for part 2. Will be linked right here as soon as it comes out, and I'll see you next time.